Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate,
Hey.
activate, let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Okay.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You
Hold
cannot.
on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Hi. Oh my god, I'm all over the place. Hello everyone. Oh my goodness. I like totally forgot I was supposed to be going live. But I'm here. Okay, I was on the phone with my bestie. Sorry, lotion. I was just on the phone with my bestie. I love you, bestie. Oh my god, I love you, Tip West. Oh my god, I love you. So please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Can you guys hear me, okay? Because if not, I really don't care. Like, I'm just gonna leave. If you guys can't hear me, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Just kidding. I'll just fix it. I'll just fix it. So we said red definitely looks fire on you. A little piece of the devil, girl. little piece of fire. Thank you. I love you guys. Welcome back to my show. Okay, y'all saying yes, Jacob said it loud and clear. Thank you, Jacob. See, this is what, when I be asking that question, this is what I want to see. Yes. This is the type of energy that I need, okay? Yes. So shout out to the Rim Court. Yes, as well. Look at Thundercloud. As well. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes. So I do want to do a quick little PSA for over here on YouTube. I know it's a lot of grows that are coming for me and like could never. We're on camera. So yeah, so I've decided that I'm gonna have my subscribers and my moderators and whatnot start sending me like because I don't care who you support, right? Like I'm completely fine with that, right? I have no issue. Though I don't want people to feel that way at all. But it's just it's what you're supporting, right? So if you're supporting someone and they're talking about like just doing content and whatnot, even if they're, beefing with me, even if they don't like me, right? That's completely fine. I don't have anything, right. What's understood don't need to be explained. But my thing is, I'm really getting annoyed with like people that go around and they support situations that they know they shouldn't support. And then somebody like me that'll go live and call those things out because I don't support them. And then you come sit in my chat after you supported the situation that or the narrative that a person was trying to run with. And then you come and champion behind me too. Yeah, y'all can blocked. So yeah, I'm gonna just have y'all start, the people that especially the ones that I don't like, start just screenshotting me and sending it to me and my girl, and then so as soon as I see them in my chat, I could just block them, like I just like immediately, right? So that's what I'm gonna do because it's annoying, like it really is. I don't mind a person being ignorant and like weird and all of that stuff. You just can't be it with me. I like sensible people around me. Yeah, so y'all just start sending me screenshots of their chats and whatnot, like fake evangelists and people like that. Start sending me screenshots of their chats, and I'm just gonna just start blocking people, just left and right because I can. So absolutely, you can definitely support who you want to. I don't have a problem with that. It's just supporting stuff that you shouldn't be supporting. For someone to come live and lie and say that I called their child a bastard, which I would never do. I would never do that, right? And then you're over there championing that person when it's like, oh yeah, that's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. And then you come champion me once you find out when I have a conversation with that person that I didn't say that, and then you're championing behind me, yeah, you must go. So anybody that y'all see there, please screenshot it to me and send it to me immediately. Again, you can support who you want to. I just don't want you around me. So that's all. That's it. So yeah, they will be getting blocked immediately. I don't care how a person feels about me. Okay. I do YouTube for fun. Like literally. Don't get me wrong, I get paid a cute coin to be here, but I also get paid cute coins to do other things, like coffee. We have a third platform that we're about to introduce that has a paywall that I'm getting paid to do. Ooh, y'all mad. Ooh, I'm on camera. Ooh, ooh, girl. So yeah, so I will be blocking a lot of people. I'm all for it. I honestly do not care about who is subscribed to my channel because I'm amazing. I'm gonna grow whether you don't want me to. It doesn't. As long as I'm hitting that go live button, that number is gonna go up. So I don't care who goes bye-bye. I'm a lone wolf. I've always been that. And I'm going to stay that. I want solid people around me. I like solid people. So shout out to all of my subscribers. I love you all dearly. You are all amazing. And if there's no reason for you to holler, don't be a hit dog. That's all I'm saying. If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. If I'm not talking to you, then I'm just not. Either way, who's gonna check me? The title of the show says Diddy sued by model Crystal McKinney for SA. Diddy held woman over 17th floor balcony, not WALE. So we're going to be getting into all of that good stuff because that's what we do over here on YouTube. We talk about not basic issues that are catch up. We are much catch up to where we are. Yeah. We're getting like garlic sauce. We're getting like hot sauce. We're not catch up. We're not catching up in this camera. So let's start off. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Girl, it's so easy, girl. Girl, girl, they make it easy, girl. Um, there we go. So, Young Miami has unfollowed Diddy, and we don't give a furk. The reason we don't give a furk is because Young Miami, she has been. It's fine now. Audio blur. Wait a minute. What? Are we good? Okay, y'all saying this. What happened? Are we good? No. Audio blur. It's good. Okay, y'all saying it's good. Audio better now. Sound is fine. Good. Okay. Y'all let me know because y'all know I don't care. Yes. So Young Miami, Carisha, please, has unfollowed Diddy. Okay. Carisha, I would hate to think that it took a white woman to sue Diddy for you to unfollow him. Is that what it took, girl? Crystal sued and it's like, ooh, gotta go. And I'm a girl. Is because you got Cassie, you got 4 or 5 other women that have lawsuits against him as well. Is that what it took, girl? Because I'm confused. Was it not enough when Cassie did it? No. Her? Or what? There's a video that went around with Cassie and you were still following him while the video was out. Carisha, I do not like you. I do not like you. I do not like Carisha. Carisha is such a stupid bitch. She is. Like I really tried to like Carisha. I really did. I tried to put my best foot forward when it came to her because I feel like, she's young, maybe she just needs some time because experience is the best teacher. Yeah, I just don't like her. It just is what it is. Trash rapper. She's just a pretty girl, I guess. Shout out to surgery. Yeah, I just don't like her. I really don't. Carisha is an awful human being. She really is. It's like if this happened, if JT had a daughter and this happened to JT's daughter, Carisha would, not do much. But then if it happened to her daughter, then and it's like, and she has a daughter. Like, even if Diddy wasn't putting his hands on Carisha, which I don't feel like he was, he could, but I doubt it. I really do. You have a daughter. I think that's why so many people, even if they've never been through any type of like DV or anything like that, just having children makes you view life differently. It does, because it's not about you anymore. So when you don't have kids, like if JT was dating Diddy, I want to understand JT doesn't have any children, especially a daughter. Young Miami does. Carisha, you do have a daughter. Okay, so even if you're not going to look upon this situation to see, and not only are you dating the man that is doing all of these things, like you're not in danger of these things happening yourselves. Again, even if it wasn't happening, doesn't mean that it wouldn't have started happening. But we all knew that Carisha was a beard for Diddy. That's why I don't feel like she may have been going through anything like DV wise, because beards usually don't. It's usually the woman that the gay male or bisexual male is attracted to, right? See, Diddy would put his hands on these women, not just for power and to control them, right? Diddy hates women. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you have some gays that are just gay, right? Like me, girl. See, I'm not jealous of women. I don't want to be a woman, or anything like that, like being bisexual. I came to terms with my sexuality a long time ago. So with me coming to terms with it, there's nobody for me to be angry at. Okay. So you have men like Diddy that really prefer men, but publicly, date women and have sex with them to solidify that he is heterosexual. Okay. He has sex with these women to prove a point to the world, to prove a point to society, not to prove a point to himself because he doesn't want to be with them. He doesn't. That's what brings the hatred and the jealousy and all of that, because being a woman would be easier for a person like Diddy. Sleeping with men, being a bust down Tatiana, and all of that would be a lot easier if he was a woman. So since he's not a woman and he's so jealous of women, he hates them. Think about the freak offs. Diddy would direct the freak offs. Like I've been telling y'all, like pounding into y'all head. He is Cassie. He is the female that the male is doing these things to. He's vicariously living through them within that moment. Because if he was a woman, this is how he will want men to do him. His preference is black men, long black shafts, all of that. That's his preference. If it was Cassie's preference, why is she married to a white man? Wouldn't she have married her freak off type? Yeah, it gives Cassie doesn't see color. Like she's not one of the women that, goes around, I only date black men, or I only date white men, I only date Asian men, I only date Latin men. No, she doesn't really have a preference. What moves her moves her. She don't care what race or nationality you are. If you're attractive and make her laugh and, things like that. A lot of women are like that. A lot of men are like that. I'm like that. I go with what goes with me. You have so many people that you hear the thing, out of their league. No one's out of anyone's league. No, no, no. Nobody's out of anybody's league, right? But you have people that will go after people that most people would say, like, like if there's a overweight man and he's with a beautiful woman that has a beautiful body and in shape, you'll be like, she's out of his league. How? Why is she out of his league? If they have great sex and he's good to her, he makes her laugh, he's a man, he's taking care of the household, paying bills, all this stuff. What makes, so she should go get a guy that's in shape that probably ain't gonna do none of those things? Like what makes, that's weird. Like relationships like Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie back in the day. A lot of people were just like, ew, like Angelina. Like Angelina, really? Like you can do better, type of situation. So yeah, there is no league, and how you just attract to what you attract to. And now when it comes to Diddy and, living vicariously through these women, it's the part of him that makes him hate women as well. So it's like a double negative. He likes when it's happening to a woman and when he's doing freak offs with women and whatnot, because again, he's not being labeled within that moment because he cares about a label. He doesn't want to be labeled as like gay, or anything like that. So to him, it makes him feel hetero, as well, to watch these things happen. But because out of all of the freak off conversations that Cassie had in the lawsuit, she never said, if you pay attention, she never said Diddy entered. Never. She never said it was her and the person. No, Diddy was just present. He was just there. He watched, he recorded, he directed. He wasn't like getting in it himself. Like it wasn't like a three-way, or anything like that. No, it wasn't like a menage a trois. No. It was just him watching. So that's how he viewed Cassie. And Cassie did not want to be viewed that way. That's why she kept trying to leave. And anytime how is it disrespectful if a person says, I don't want to sleep with a male prostitute? How is that disrespectful? How is it? That's crazy. If a person doesn't want to do that, they don't have to. But he forces her to. We saw it in the video. He came out in a towel, and Cassie described in the lawsuit, it was during a freak off that she didn't want to do it. Another time when he came and ripped her out of where she was hanging out with Tiffany Red and friends, he came and ripped her from the gathering, and it was on her birthday, and ripped her from the gathering just so. That's crazy. That's You're forcing her to do these things. So she was literally a prisoner. You have someone she got into other relationships, Kid Cudi, all type of stuff. She did everything in her power to get away from that man. So when people try to call her a clout chaser or women should have more discernment, her discernment was telling her to leave, and she did many, 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 many times. Diddy is an evil man. These men out here that do DV and hit women and stuff like that, they are evil people. And these women are not protected. You know how many women have had put restraining orders, OFPs, so much stuff on these men that are violating them in their homes, in front of their children, all of this stuff. And nothing is done. Nothing. And you look up and that same woman is now a corpse. That same woman is now leaving her children behind, all because she was powerless. That's a sad life. Very, 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 very sad life. Imagine being petrified every single day, always on guard, never able to just relax, to sit there and just breathe, unless you're around like family, protectors, people that will protect you. But to be at home alone, to live in a state to where you don't have any family or necessarily like really close friends and whatnot, and this man is saying that he's going to hurt you, he's been hurting you, keeps telling you he's going to take your life, what would make you want to call the police? What would make you want to do any of those things? And people say that victim shaming is the reason why people don't come forward. No, it's because a lot of times nothing is done. It's not about not wanting to come forward. So that's why it's bittersweet with these people that were around and witnessed a lot of these things happen to Cassie. The women, I definitely feel for. I don't feel for the men. I don't. Because be a man. Be one. It's crazy. Be a man. I would be more concerned about a female threatening me and saying that she's going to come and hurt and harm me, because I know that I shouldn't do anything like that. You're a woman, like you're not my equal. But that's what's going to make it uneasy for me. I'm going to have an uneasy feeling. If a man said that he's coming to my house to do anything for me, I'm going to prop the door open. Because what's going to happen is going to happen. So like Rogerbonds coming forward talking about all the people threatening me. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Because I would have went live with my door open. Where is y'all at? All y'all in my DM saying y'all gonna do this, y'all gonna do that. Come do it. Where are y'all? Hurry up. I got stuff to do today. Nah. If y'all gonna come take my life, hurry up. What are you waiting for? Hurry up. Like, girl, like, what? People even tell me as a YouTuber, be careful, Sean. I'm not about to be careful about outing people that's out here hurting people. Diddy is the devil, and he has been the devil, and he's not the only one. As soon as we take care of him, we're going to move on to the next devil. Whether it's Clive Davis, whoever, we're going to move to the next devil. Yeah, I ain't worried about none of these people. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Because you truly have to believe in what you are saying. I've always believed for years before any of this came out that Diddy was a fucking monster. I would feel it even as a teenager, watching like Making a Band and stuff like that. I just be like, wow, he is evil. Evil. Now, a tough judge is Simon Cowell, somebody that's going to be blunt with you, like extremely blunt with you. That's a hard judge. What Diddy did on Making the Band was torture. He tortured those people, all of them, every season. So when y'all hear people like Fred from the band and whatnot, he traumatized that man. Literally. To us, they walked for cheesecake. To them, they left their dignity behind them when they did. It's like luggage. Their self-respect, their morals, their value. What the did they need to walk for cheesecake for? Why? One of the biggest groups in America walking around in the middle of the night, you're already not paying them what they owed. All of that stuff. You're not taking them out the hood. You're teasing them. Let me show you this incredible life you will never have. Because they didn't. They didn't. No. He didn't change the Bad Boys artists' lives. They did. Total. An amazing group. Biggie, an amazing artist. Faith Evans, an amazing songstress. Mary J. Blige, same thing. And it goes on and on and on. Little Kim, incredible talent. That was them. Their God-given talent. He just put a camera in front of it. That's all. But what came out of them was them. He didn't give them no talent. He didn't teach them how to be talented. How can the man on earth with no talent give you one? What talent does he have? Now, they say it's a talent to be able to find talent. So that will probably be his only one. But other than that, what talent does he have? He can't dance. He can't sing. He can't rap. Basic. Like, girl. Like, he had to become an entrepreneur. He couldn't do nothing else. What was he supposed to do? His albums are trash. It's the artist that he features that makes his songs big. Songs like Last Night, stuff like, if Keisha wasn't on that track, it would have been trash. Could you imagine? Last night, didn't even get an answer. I'm like, ew. Like, that, are those, is he like talk singing? Like, what is he doing? What is happening on this track? No Time would have been trash without Lil' Kim on that song. More Money, More Problems would have been trash without Mace. Missing You would have been trash without Faith Evans and 112. He come out with Diddy, Dirty Money. He was always riding a coattail of other people's talent, because he is not. Let's just keep it real. Like, he's trash. Girl. Like, what song a standalone song does Diddy have and everybody's just like, that was a hit? Name one. That's why Suge Knight and them used to be like, y'all don't worry about producers and, label exec all up in the videos, because they didn't understand. Like, why are you in the video? Like, go sit your punks down somewhere. Go sit down. Girl. You hopping and jumping around all of the talented people. You don't have any talent. Like your bass here, girl. And he's always been that. Same thing with Carisha. He brought Carisha around because she was popping. Gave her a show on Revolt. All of that. Had her over there selling and peddling his liquor and all of that stuff. And she's so goofy. She act like she over there getting this money because she got good coochie when she ain't even sleeping with him. No, you over there getting an allowance and stuff off your Revolt pay. Off your beard pay. That's why y'all keep doing public appearances and stuff together. But this girl, Gina, live saying how, showing happy birthday, giving him a cake, all of this stuff. And then you saying happy birthday, giving him a chain. Like, girl, you look stupid. Like, you look dumb. Like, duh. Like, girl, golden showers and all of that. You let him pee on you. All that. Girl, you're trash. Girl, please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Girl, whenever you get through, like, yeah, he is a monster. He's always been that. So it's mighty weird with Carisha unfollowing him. I feel like that's something that she should have bended. Now all of a sudden you want to separate yourself from him when she was just on IG with him. They had a private IG that they would be on together. She waking up with him in his hotel rooms and all of that stuff. So she never stopped talking to him, being around him, none of that stuff. So it's mighty weird that when this lawsuit comes out, then with Crystal, then all of a sudden she wants to remove herself. Which, before we get into that, hold on, there was another thing I wanted to bring up about that. Who's on? No, ooh, Lord, that was last show. Where is it? Because she was spotted out with okay, this is getting on my nerves. With Southside, Carisha. Why is it only twice? Oh, that's probably why. Okay, hold on, let me just pull this up. Yeah, she was spotted with Southside. Let's pull that up. Where is the thing? Yeah, just seeing Carisha. What's that on there about time? But she was just hip and hip with her baby daddy, the same dude that she been sleeping with this whole time. Like, she never stopped sleeping with Southside. That's what I'm saying. Carisha is trash. Like, I just do not like her. She is so annoying. Like, it's like, girl, go away. Just like Diddy should be canceled with her too. Like, for real, for real. Anyways, but she was out with Southside. We're gonna move right along from that. It's about time, girl. It is about time. So let's get into Crystal. Diddy hit with a 2003 SA lawsuit by model that alleges she was ugged with a laced blunt and forced to perform. He says he told her to suck it. Okay. So let's pull up the article because it's more defined. Shout out to Never Talk, but sorry, like, we want the tea. So let's get into this. Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of SA in a new lawsuit. Now, are y'all surprised at all by this at all? Girl, are y'all? It's like, duh. Filed by a woman who claims the hip hop mogul SA'd her in a recording studio bathroom in 2003. According to the complaint, which was filed in U.S. District Court in New York by attorneys Michelle Caiola and Jonathan Goldhirsch, Crystal McKinney claims she met Combs at a Men's Fashion Week dinner in Manhattan on the invite of a fashion designer she knew. While attending the dinner, during which she alleges that Combs came on to her in a sexually suggestive manner, she says he invited her to hang out at his recording studio. After arriving to the studio where McKinney says several other men were present, she claims she was given alcohol and a marijuana joint that she later came to believe was laced with a narcotic or other intoxicating substance. She says Combs then led her to a bathroom where he began kissing her without her consent before shoving her head into his crotch and forcing her to perform over her protest. McKinney, who was then working as a professional model, claims that she later awakened in shock to find herself in a taxi heading back to the apartment of the designer who had invited her to the dinner. At this point, she realized she had been SA'd by Combs. The complaint reads. The lawsuit adds the following: the alleged McKinney's modeling opportunities quickly began to dwindle and then evaporated entirely after Combs allegedly blackballed her in the industry. After falling into a tailspin of anxiety and depression, she claims she attempted in 2004 and later fell into drug and alcohol addiction to cope with the trauma of the alleged. Oh, girl. Ooh, girl, this is a lot. This is a lot, but not shocking at all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like, okay? Please take a moment and hit the like. Now, before we keep going. Now, I know Crystal is going to get a lot of attention, and shout out to Crystal again. I'm so sorry that this happened to you. No one deserves this, okay? I want her to know she has my full support. I just want Crystal to know that. Shout out to Crystal. You have our full support here. We believe you. But because I just can't be fake. I can't be fake. And I really don't like race talk. Like, I really don't, because it could get like very argumentative. But I'm going to say this. There are 3 other victims, and they are Black. The same things that she is discussing that happened to her happened to these women. Okay? They were ugged, they were SA'd, and sent packing. One of the Black women, the next day, Diddy came over and attacked her, choked her, all of that stuff, out of fear that she was going to tell Kim Porter about what happened to her, or just say it out loud and get back to Kim Porter. Why are their lawsuits swept underneath the rug, but Cassie's and this woman, Crystal's, are pushed to the forefront. I don't understand. I really don't get it. What makes her more honest than the other victims? And they went through some gruesome things, and they remember what they went through. It's a different type of trauma. See, she was traumatized by waking up in a taxi, not remembering much, but knowing that she was SA'd, right? Which is horrible. These women remember. They were sitting ducks. They were ugged to the point to where their body could move, but their brain was. It was, yeah. They remember everything. What Diddy and Aaron Hall did to them, R-worded them, and then switched rooms and did it. And then came back the next day and physically attacked one of the women after being ugged and R-worded. They remember. They remember everything. You don't. And that's kind of like low-key a blessing at the same time, because who knows what happened to you. And you said it was several other men there. So being unconscious, you don't know what went down. And you have one Black woman that was taken as a minor, okay, by Diddy, flown out of the state, and gang R-worded by Diddy and his pals. She remembers. She was taken to a recording studio, just like Crystal. This happened at a recording studio. So why is she being honest, but Diddy's requesting the judge to throw out the Jane Doe's lawsuits? And it seems as if the judge is considering it. But Crystal's sticks. Cassie's sticks. Cassie sued, and she had every right due to the Adult Act. There is no Adult Act protecting Crystal. How was this not thrown out immediately? I understand Cassie's lawsuit and why Diddy settled so fast. She literally had to state backing her with her lawsuit because the New York Adult Survivor Act was the reason Cassie was able to file that lawsuit in the first place. Why is Crystal just able to file something from 21 years ago with no act protecting her or anything like that? Hello? Isn't it past the statute of limitation? Because isn't it past the statute of limitation for the viral video going around with Diddy stumping and punching and pinching on Cassie, throwing objects at her? Y'all haven't arrested him for that, right? Because it's past statute of limitation. Okay. So what about Crystal's lawsuit? It's 21 years ago. And it's just her word. What makes her more believable than the Jane Does? Because they are afraid. If y'all offered them protection, maybe they would want to show their faces like y'all protected Cassie and like you're protecting Crystal. See, the federal agents that had Diddy as a federal agent are giving Cassie all the protection. It would be one of the dumbest things in the world for right now for Diddy or anybody on his team to do anything to Cassie. You will leave her untouched. And they have people watching her for her safety and they're going to make sure Cassie testifies. They're going to make sure of it. She's their star witness as of now. So now you got Crystal, which would be an extremely strong witness. She'd be a great witness. Her story, everything she's been through, being blackballed, all of that stuff. I'm not saying she's lying about nothing. I believe her. I do. I believe Crystal. I don't think she's lying. I don't. Again, with that video coming out, we knew that the feds wanted more people to come forward. They need as many people as possible if they're going to make this stick. Witnesses are very important. Very important. So with Crystal coming forward, this is definitely going to help their case. And also, it does not hurt that Crystal is a white woman. Like, it does. It helps her. It does. The national innocence look is a white woman. Think about the Central Park Five. Donald Trump, when it came forward and offered and wanted the death penalty for those boys, if that was a black woman going jogging through that damn park. No. Mm-mm. It would not have been publicized. It would not have gotten as big as it gotten. It got that big because it was an innocent white woman. 100%. Serious. Like that. The nation has always been like that. That's not white people's fault. That's the media's fault. A lot of people control the media. Most of them white and Jewish. So yeah. So I mean, you're wrong. It's true. Like, I'm not. It's fact. Whatever. I'm not. That's not even an argument. If that would have been a black woman, a Latin woman, an Asian woman, it would have just went away. It would have just went away. It would not have been that deep. It would not have. It sure wouldn't have. That's why those men got blamed, because they needed someone to blame. And who better to blame than black boys in the park? Not only did the person that did it wasn't black, he was Latino. And on top of that, one person did it, but they arrested 5 blacks. Why didn't you just arrest 1? Why did it take all 5? For what? Because that's how gruesome her injuries were, that it looked like multiple people did it. Did they have to be black? Or 5? Because only one person did that to her. Why was 5 people arrested? So I don't want the other victims, and it's not because they're black, it's because they're victims. You know, the priority works a little different in this country. So yeah, I don't want their stories to be forgotten. I don't want them to be looked at as liars. If Crystal's had a tough life, a hard life, you know, went through a lot of things, and, you know, to use certain substances, what about them? Do they just get ignored? Their cases get thrown out because they're petrified to show their faces? What's stopping him from hurting and harming us? See, they're small fries. The other one woman has announced herself. But they're small fries. Easy to just disappear. And it's not going to like get nationwide news. It's not. So it's harder. It's easy for somebody like Cassie. A lot of eyes are on her. She's famous. So it's easier for somebody like her to come forward. It's harder for the people that, you know, still stay like in the hood, you know, stuff like it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. You don't feel protected. I say this, then he sends some goons up in my house or to hurt me or my kids or my mom or my father, you know, or something, you know. So it's hard. It's not an easy decision. So again, I believe Crystal, we stand with Crystal, but I do think that it's important for the victims to stick together. All of y'all have a lot in common, and I think all of you should look out for each other. And I think that you all should stand together. It doesn't need to be a divide. I think Cassie, Crystal, and the other woman that there's so many names. I don't want to mess the names up. I feel like anybody that is showing face publicly about this, they should stand together. They should. Just like the women of the Epstein and Robert Sylvester Kelly and, you know, Weinstein, you know, how the movement, how they all worked together and bonded together, all having the same goal. I think that that's what y'all should do. It doesn't have to be a division. It doesn't have to be like, oh, she's white and all that. Like, no, like none of that matters. This is not a race thing. This is an abuse thing. Okay, this is to stop abuse. It's unfortunate that things like race and stuff do have a role in what's going on, and it shouldn't. Because abuse isn't a race thing. All races go through it. All races. See, not all races go through racism. See? So with Black people, it's an added trauma. Because not only am I being ignored for what happened to me, I'm also a lesser than because I am Black. Black people are stereotyped. Mhm. We are. We are always looked at as the aggressor. We're always looked at as is we had to have something to do with it, you know. Because when something does happen to someone of a different race or complexion, they are treated differently. Yes. The Black woman that came forward and said that Diddy not only R-worded her, but recorded it and sent it around to people, even the group Jodeci and whatnot. And they saw what happened to her. Devontae saw what happened to her. And it's like low priority. But then Crystal says something because it's priority. Crystal, being a white woman, prioritizes her. Privilege. And it's not even privilege Crystal's asking for. She's not asking to be privileged. Put me in the forefront because I'm white and he did this to me. No, she's a victim. Victims are, it's not a race thing. All races are. So I just feel like it would be good to band together, you know, because this is a priority for everyone. Everyone should be prioritized the same amount. 100%. Don't let these other victims be forgotten when you already know how that feels. See, Crystal, knowing what happened to her, sat back and watched all of this stuff play out. Because like the other victims, they felt like Diddy was untouchable. We can't get to him. It doesn't matter who we tell. Although Crystal did say something publicly about it and to people about it, and she was blackballed because of it. I 100% believe her. Around 2003, Diddy had Sean John and all of that. There was plenty of reasons for him to, you know, dangle things in front of like models and stuff like that, for them to want to be around him. Because you think like, okay, well, why would a model go meet up with Diddy and have a men's fashion? Okay, Sean John, you know, that was out then, and it was for women and men. So he had plenty of reasons to, you know, dangle the candy, you know, out there for her to be like, oh, okay, yeah, maybe I can take a meeting with him. Maybe I can model for him, you know, all of that stuff. He has all these things and brands and, you know, all of this stuff. It's not just modeling in for Sean John, also being in like videos, like being a video girl, all type of stuff that Diddy was in. So there was plenty of reasons for her to link with him. That makes sense. I believe her. I you know, I do. I believe what she is saying, and I think it makes it a little easier when you see other people coming forward. It does. It lets you. It shows you that Diddy is not as powerful as people thought he was. It's not. He's not. That video being shown of him and Cassie suing him, these other people, Rodney Jones and others coming forward, removes the power. Because now somebody that couldn't be touched is. And that's just where it's at. He's touchable. He's not God. People see that now. She's not going to be the only one. That video alone, with Cassie being out there, is going to wake a lot of women up. Men too. It's going to wake them up. It's going to wake it up. So they see that, whether they went through things like that with him or witnessed those things around him, they're going to start speaking. It's the whole point of getting the video out there in the first place, to strengthen the case. Otherwise, that would have never gotten out there. That video was leaked deliberately. That there was no accident about it. So CNN could try to make it seem like, you know, oh, well, no. The federal agents sent y'all that video because it came from the raid. And if they can't use it as evidence, even more reason to give it to you, because they can't do anything with it anyway. But it would be good to get it out there. They wanted it known. And somewhere as big as CNN is going to travel way faster than a TMZ or anything like that. Within 2 to 3 minutes. Viral. Viral. It would have took some time for TMZ. It would have took them an hour or two, a couple hours, to make it. No. CNN, right away. Right away. Because CNN is not a gossip channel. TMZ is. They wanted it to be serious. Those federal agents wanted people to take that video for what it is. In the story. They want us to see the monster. Because they see Diddy out here trying to repair his image. Just like Dr. Umar, he's an idiot. To say that, oh, all he has to do is start a church, this and that. No, that don't work. This is not the 80s. This ain't no African Bambata, Negro. This isn't that. Because what church owner that repaired their image with them all around the world, everybody saying that they was stomping and punching and throwing things at women? Who? Name one. You can't. So here flip. So no, he cannot repair his image. Dr. Umar feels like Diddy can repair his image because he hits women too. That's what that gives. It's hard to come down on someone for something because you don't want to eat your words in the future, is what that's giving. Since Dr. Umar allegedly has put his hands on women and he felt justified in doing it because, this toxic masculinity, and they feel like putting women in their place is by sometimes you have to do it physically in the red pill, whatever sector. That's why I don't venture over there like gross. So to defend it, because that is a defense, to say that he can rebuild his image, no, he can't. And you're stating that if it gives for you, because it comes out about you feel like you can be able to repair yours. Because no man that doesn't hit women is going to agree nor back this person in any way, shape, or form. I do not hit women. I don't believe in that. I think it's trash. No. The only time I feel like a man should be putting his hands on a woman is if they're literally trying to take his life. If a woman hits you in your face, it does not mean hit her back. It doesn't. Because it's not going to be the same effect. It's not. I get right is right and wrong is wrong. But she hit me, it hurt. I hit her, she could die. It's different. So it takes one hit. Hit a person one time the wrong way, and it's it. That's it. And now you want to floor screaming, I'm sorry. Now you're on the floor screaming, I didn't mean to. Now you on the floor talking about that wasn't my intention. Your intention was to hurt her, right? Congratulations. You did. So I know my strength as a man. I feel no desire to put my hand on a woman, even when I was in a relationship with one. I wasn't. See, that's the difference between Diddy and I. I'm bisexual. I've dated women. I don't hit them. No woman will ever come forward and tell you that I put my hands on them. Ever. Because I wasn't raised that way. I don't believe in that. I didn't see that growing up. Like I didn't go through it and stuff. So yeah, it's just not right. I've always been told, don't do it. Always call your cousins, call me. My mom would always say, but don't do it. It's not worth it. How you're going to be labeled, how people will look at you afterwards. You don't want to be looked at like that because you're not that type of person. You're not even defending yourself. You are still that person. You can still be labeled that person. Don't open Pandora's box because you can't close it. Mom always told me, you can go from defending yourself from a woman to just feeling like that's the way that you're supposed to handle things. So don't even feel the need to defend yourself. Call the police. Literally, I'd rather you call the police and then call me. Vice versa. Call the police and then call me. Call the police. Whatever. Just don't do nothing. It's not worth it. So that's how I know that Diddy hates women. You would have to, because you sleep with men too. So why are you putting your hands on women? You're not putting your hands on any men. And not one man came forward. We ain't seen no video of you kicking and stomping or punching on a man. Because when you do, you're with your security. When you attack Steve Stout, did you attack Steve Stout alone, did he? Or did you have 4 men with you? It was 4. 5 people came to Steve Stout's office. 5. You were one of them. So, yeah, because no man is coming forward saying this. It's all women. It would have a different effect if you were doing that to Meek Mill. If Meek Mill was at the elevator and you went and snatched him up, you know, and all of that, it would hit different. This isn't what that was. This was a defenseless woman that you were doing this to, and you have been doing it for quite some time. So, yeah, I just think all of them should stick together. Shout out to Crystal, shout out to Cassie, shout out to all of the other victims. We love you all. We're praying for you, sending you love and positive energy. But at this point in time, I just feel like it would be better if all of you stick together. The new lawsuit was filed under the New York City Gender Motivated Violence Act, which created a 2-year look-back window created in the beginning of March 2023, so last year, that allows survivors of gender-motivated violence to sue their abusers for the alleged incidents that occurred outside the statute of limitations. Now, I want y'all to know that the elite is all over this now. The 2-year block window beginning in March 2023. So when I said earlier what was protecting Crystal, it gives that they literally made that because they knew Cassie's lawsuit was coming last year. And they wanted other victims to come forward. This is a planned takedown. This is deliberate. Because they could have been made that. All of a sudden, you make it in 2023 and Cassie sues in November of that year. But by March, no, they literally made this law for Diddy. I'm telling you, that is how I feel. I literally feel like they made this act because of Diddy. Because like, so she could come from 21 years ago and say this and I'm a girl? Are you kidding me? And then technically, Cassie's act was extended because Cassie filed her lawsuit in November. The act was technically over in October. And Cassie's lawsuit still rocked. And Cassie technically had until October to sue. October 2023. She sued like what was like November, the first or second week of November. And they still let the lawsuit rock. They still let it go through. They could have thrown it out. They sure could have. Oh, they kept that lawsuit. They made sure it got out there, you know, all of that stuff. And then last year, I feel like they gave that extension for Cassie because they didn't fully know, you know, if she would truly go through with it. So I think that they were adding that time on for just in case Cassie didn't file, because she technically only had until October. Filed it in November, and either way, like she would have been protected because they even gave her technically like another 2 years, you know, because they wanted Cassie to lead. They wanted her to be their lead witness. That's what that gives. So if not for Cassie, Crystal wouldn't even be able to file. And I think that they may extend it again. I do not think that this Adult Survivor Act is over. They want to pop certain people. Because, again, in 2016 was from that video. So if they can extend the law so that people can sue, why can't they extend the law so that Diddy can be brought up on charges for what he did to Cassie? That's weird. That's weird. So 8 years, which was 8 years ago, which is when Diddy did that to Cassie. You can't extend 8 years, but you can extend 21. What happened to Crystal was 21 years ago. What she's suing for is a crime. RICO. Same thing with Cassie. What she's suing for is a crime. RICO. So why not extend the law for, because again, I want y'all to listen to what the act says it's about. Listen. The new lawsuit was filed under the New York City Gender Motivated Violence Act, which created a 2-year look-back window beginning in March 2023 that allows survivors of gender-motivated violence to sue their abusers for the alleged incidents. What happened to Cassie, does that not explain what happened in 2016? So can Cassie bring up a new lawsuit about him hitting her in 2016? Can she sue him again? Because this is what this is about, right? Gender motivated violence. Diddy's a male. Cassie's a female. I'm just trying to get this together. Because again, Cassie sued Diddy in New York. Last year in 2023, March 2023, they created a 2-year look back window. Okay? They did that for Cassie. Cassie's lawsuit was filed in New York. Why didn't they do this act in California too? Why didn't they do it in Florida? What? This is a target. They are targeting Diddy. This is being done deliberately. This is no accident about this. They want him, and they are going to get him. Even if they have to bend the laws to do so. They did it with R. Kelly. Oh, they bent all type of laws. That's why it's weird that Weinstein got out before Robert. It's clear as Robert Sylvester's cases were all over the place. All over the place. R. Kelly's case, all over the place. If anybody deserves a new trial, it's him. And I'm not even defending him. I'm just saying it was just so much information. It's just, you got this victim on the stand from 1996. Then you got this person from 2008. Then you got this person from 2000. It was just all over the place. It was just way too much to keep up with. It was a disaster. And then Harvey Weinstein's case to me was more thorough. They got him literally on tape. Just like they had R. Kelly back in the day. They have Weinstein on tape, coercing all like a model coming in or an actress coming in and whatnot on the couch, and he just being extremely inappropriate. Proving every point that was brought out against him. But he gets a new trial? What? What? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. So it definitely gives that they were pushing the look back window and whatnot, just in case Cassie did not file last year. Okay. This is putting those pieces together and showing you why I think that they literally created this to get rid of Diddy. Because this adult, the Survivor Act, it's new. Like it's not like it's been on for the last 20, 30 years. No, it just happened like a couple years ago. Like it just started. But you know when the Adult Act started? After Kim Porter died. She died in 2018. There was no Adult Survivor Act before that. There wasn't. So again, I don't know who he pissed off, but whoever he did, said get him. And they're doing just that. They absolutely are. Diddy is going down. He absolutely is. He is going down. And for the long haul, they're making sure he stay behind bars. Also named defendants, okay, right here. Also named as defendants in the lawsuit are Combs, label Bad Boy Records, its parent company Universal Music Group, and Combs clothing company Sean John Clothing. All of which McKinney claims enabled the alleged home by actively maintaining and employing Combs in a position of power, despite the fact that they allegedly knew or should have known that Combs posed a risk of now that's a good reason to sue, because girl. McKinney is asking for damages for mental and emotional injury, distress, pain, and suffering, and injury to her reputation, as well as punitive damages, among other relief. Representative for Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, Sean John Clothing, and Universal Music Group did not immediately respond to Billboard's request for comment. Tuesday's complaint marks the 6th sexual misconduct lawsuit to have been filed against Combs over the past several months. The torrent of lawsuits was kicked off by a November 2023 complaint filed by his former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who alleged repeated abuse by the mogul over the course of more than a decade. Though Cassie's loss was settled just one day later, a 2016 security video published by CNN on Friday, May 17th, showed Combs Ventura in a hotel hallway. Though Combs denied all of Ventura's initial allegations, in wake of the video release, he issued an apology, calling his behavior in the clip inexcusable. LA District Attorney George Gascon later released a statement saying that Combs could not be prosecuted over the assault due to the statute of limitations. Combs has strongly denied all of the SA made against him. On December 6th, he released a statement that read, "Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for my truth." In November, Combs stepped down as chairman of his digital media company, Revolt, before reportedly selling his stake in the company in March. Also in March, federal agents conducted raids of Combs' LA and Miami homes in connection with a federal ex-trafficking investigation, according to CNN. Now, y'all, please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. Now, a lot of people have been going around saying that too, about Diddy's apology. I forgot to touch on that the other day. Diddy did not say Cassie's name in the apology because he can't. Yeah. Diddy nor Cassie are allowed to say each other's names publicly. Mm-hmm. They're in the lawsuit settlement, they agreed on that. And so Diddy can't say Cassie's name. He literally cannot. Now, he could say it, like off camera and stuff like that, but he cannot come onto anywhere and say her name. He's not allowed to. Okay. So that's what I said. He definitely could have made the apology. Knowing he couldn't say her name, he can still insinuate her. Because he was responding and apologizing about the video that she was in. He wanted it so that she couldn't say his name. So then she said the same thing. Okay, well, if I can't say his name, he can't say mine. So they both agreed upon that. So that is why Diddy did not say Cassie's name directly inside of the video, because it is, he's prohibited from saying her name in a girl. So he cannot, all right? And she can't either. So if Cassie did decide to do an interview, she cannot mention his name. She can say, "Oh, well, Diddy." She can't say Sean. She can't say any of that stuff. So he could have been way more specific about the things that he was apologizing for. That's how the apology was not real, because he was with Cassie for 10 years. Why are you just apologizing for this video like this is the only time this has ever happened? Like, because he does acknowledge the video in the apology. He does. He acknowledges the video. He just does not acknowledge Cassie, which let's pull it over quick. Let's do a little refresher. Let's listen to it again real quick, because it's short. It's only a minute long. I mean, how can you be like, say a genuine apology in less than like 5 minutes? I don't know, but clearly Diddy found a way in how to do it. Clearly he figured it out, y'all. Let's pull Diddy up. Okay, let's listen to his apology one more time. And let's do it with a new set of ears. He cannot say her name.
Reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted.
So he brings up the video. He does not bring up Cassie, though. So he's specifically apologizing for that video. Like, that's the only time that had ever happened. You dated her for 10 years. Like, come on. Let's keep it true.
I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, go into rehab.
You had to go into therapy. You had to go into rehab. Diddy. Girl, this is how y'all know he's not sorry. We talked about this back in the day about him. Let's pull this up.
Because I would like you to clear something up. There's a lot of talk going on with Chris Brown being at your place in Miami, and you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Now, you want to talk about that?
See, I wouldn't use my Twitter to talk about that, because that's somebody else's business.
I know, but you gave them your house.
Yeah. But we're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
How you use Twitter, and that's something else. I'm just saying I wouldn't really Twitter about that.
Okay, let's not Twitter about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Sure.
Let's talk about it, because I think you clearly have a lot of people going, why would you do that? Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl, and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand.
Correct. Because he do the same thing. He do the same thing. Back in the day, when we put up, and then we just talked about this, I've talked about it many, many, many times, but when Chris Brown and Rihanna reconciled, they did at Diddy's home. He invited both of them there. Chris Brown out there on jet skis, had Rihanna on a jet ski, all of that, and her face was still battered during this time. So they literally got right back together, and they got back together because Diddy. So Diddy was basically their TD Jakes. Like TD Jakes would do the same thing for Cassie and Diddy. Diddy helped Chris Brown get Rihanna back. If not for Diddy, they probably wouldn't have gotten back together. So imagine saying that you don't support men putting their hands on women or anything like that, because he's about to say it. You don't support that, but you bring an abuser to your home and you bring his victim there too, so they can get back together. But you don't believe in that type of stuff. Now, think about the video with Cassie and everything we saw in that video. Think about everything he did to her. He got with Cassie in 2007. So that means that he was literally, at this point in time, Kim Porter and others, Misa, all of them, putting his hands on all of these women. But this is how you know he is evil. So you are literally pummeling women, putting your hands on women, hurting women. You're doing all of this stuff. And you're going to support a man that's doing the same thing, but you're not into that. Jumping back to what I said about Dr. Umar earlier, why say that he can rebuild after this, and all of this stuff? You're protecting him in a way, or saying that he can rebuild because you may be guilty of some of the same things. Because Diddy was. So why wouldn't I expect Dr. Umar to? Because it's nothing to defend. You just shouldn't be here for it. That's not your statement. Your statement is, oh, he can rebuild. And why even say anything like that? Excuse me? Why even say anything like that? Why not just simply say that, it is what it is. Just stay out of it, if you know. But you don't want to eat your words later either, do you, Umar? Because this is what Diddy's doing.
Understand, because listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love Chris, his music. He's a talented guy, but to hit a girl,
because I know both of them, and it's my house, and I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house.
Sure,
to. That's number one. Number two is that
not because it's my house. What about him putting his hands on this girl? You're not just giving your house to people that just had like a verbal argument. Or something like that. Yeah, that's fine, no big deal. Oh, they were just arguing, and they argued. Everybody saw it. It was public, and whatnot. I know both of them. I know they was just, probably had just had a bad night. Let me get them on to the house, and get them on back together. Which both of them were young. How old was Rihanna and Chris Brown at the time? I think they were like 18 and 19 or something like that. So again, why are you around him anyway? Because what was he like, early 30s or something like that? Late 20s, early 30s? Like, why are you involved with this anyway? Like, why are these are basically kids that you're getting involved with? Like, what? Weird.
The type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody. And so if
because you're doing it. You're not casting a stone or judgment because you're literally doing the same thing. So who are you to judge him for doing what you're doing?
And friends ask me for a favor, then I'm going to be there for a favor as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation at their end. I'm not going to get involved in it.
How are you not getting involved with an at your house? Why couldn't Chris Brown and Rihanna just meet up at a hotel? Why couldn't Chris Brown, as rich as they are, they ain't got their own houses? They don't have their own homes? Why do they have to meet at your house? As rich as they are, and were at the time. Why do they have to meet at your shit? He also says that Chris Brown called him and asked him for a favor. No, no, no. That's how I know you got in it. Because Chris Brown has never said, I called Diddy and asked Diddy to get Rihanna and I together. He never said that. Not one time. Chris and Rihanna had already been back speaking to each other. They were texting, all of that. Rihanna even went to Chris's court about her. No, you called Chris. You got in it. Because again, why does it have to meet at your home? You can't say that because he switched it and said that they came there for privacy. How if Chris Brown in your backyard on a jet ski? That's why a lot of people were outraged. Because Chris Brown had just got done pummeling this girl. And now he happy on jet skis? Like, excuse me? He should be somewhere trying to get himself together. But he didn't. Instead, they were young. They were young. So it made sense. You know, like nobody would like blame them for getting back together because it's kind of obvious. You know, that doesn't mean that they don't love each other because that happened. They shouldn't be together. Absolutely not. But with them being young, it's a high probability that they were going to get back together. So it wasn't like shocking that they did. What was shocking is that a grown arse man like Diddy got involved. That's the shocking part. Because why you get in this at all? Because you know how to get your woman back after you beat her? So that's why you were helping Chris? Oh, I know how to get her back. I do this all the time. I done broke Cam nose, all of that. She's still at the crib.
I'm not going to pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm going to be there as a friend.
Right.
But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not going to do this or do that. It was a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support. That was it.
I think you were coming from a place of a friendship and of kindness and support. And it's just, it's hard for me.
Ellen, you are a lying dyke because look at here, Ellen. That's why your show canceled, ho. Well, I can't stand her neither. I can't stand Dory. So, yeah, no. He and because you wasn't asking him that question out of him being no goddamn friend. You was asking him that question because you knew he was wrong. That's why he got defensive. Because you knew, just like the rest of the world knew, that was wrong. Don't do that. Then you're going to try to backtrack because you feel yourself getting checked by the fiddler. Because there ain't nowhere in the world, and I'm a girl, that was all right. I would never get two friends together that just went through something like that. I don't care if they are both my friends. Now we have individual friendships. Okay? And the reason why it's going to be an individual friendship is because I don't give up. If Chris was my friend when all that was going down, we would not be friends. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. No. If Rihanna's my friend, and because if any one of my female friends, I'm not accepting that at all. And I'm also not going to accept it happening to one of my male friends either. If you are my male friend and your female over there hitting on you, so if your girl over there, no, I don't like her. I don't want nothing to do with her. And now if you're going to stick over there, hey, that's you. But I don't want nothing to do with her at all. She cannot come to my house. I'm going to be nowhere she at. As long as you would, I'm not coming over your house. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not supporting it. I'm not getting y'all together to talk. None of that. For what? Clearly, it's beyond that. If y'all putting your hands on each other. Like, y'all need to get away from each other. Rihanna is in a happy relationship today with 2 kids, and it's not with Chris. So you did all that for what? Girl. Like, so what'd you do all that for again? What was the point? If Chris Brown and Rihanna were my friends at the same time, and they were in a relationship, and Chris did what he did to Rihanna, Chris and I would no longer be friends. We would not be friends. Even if Rihanna hit him first, I don't care about none of that. I don't. Because what was his excuse with Karrueche? Karrueche never put her hands on him, ever. It's just in him. Like, I love Chris Brown's music too, but he is a woman beater. He is. He beats women, whether you want to accept it or not. Girl, so I mean, he do. That's just who he is. His baby mama of his last 2 children, they say the same thing about her. Correct? They say the same thing. So, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I don't believe that Chris just hits all women. No, I think it's the ones that he sleeps with. Yeah, I don't think he just hit women just cause. Like, no, I don't think he's that type of person. But he do hit women. He does. I know that for a fact. I saw Rihanna's face. And I saw Chris's face. Whatever she did to you, what did not compare to what you did to her. Because you are a man. That's why you shouldn't be putting your hands on. Like, it's crazy. That makes no sense. So she knew what she was saying when she asked Diddy this question. Shout out to Miss Bug. Shout out to Miss Bug. She says, you can see the monster in his eyes, Sean. Absolutely. He is a monster. Like, literally. It don't take a rocket science to see that Diddy is a monster. It really does not. Thank you so much for the sisters. Thank you so much to Faith in the Unseen. So, similar law, perhaps, in Danny Masterson's takedown. They are taking certain people down. 100%. And you got to think about that too with Danny Masterson. I think that they wanted to get rid of him before they did the 90 show. Because you know that 70 show, they have a new show called That 90 Show. And they knew that Danny was going to taint the image of this new series that they're trying to do and, you know, revamp. And they needed him gone so that the imagery of it could be good, just like Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. Now they're saying that they're not coming back and doing cameos and the That's 90 show, that or whatever, that is called No. Due to Ashton Kutcher's support of Diddy and certain remarks that he's made and being connected to an African company, they have decided to remove Ashton and Mila. So they did not ask them to come back. So they could go around and try to make it look cute and be like, oh yeah, we're not going to be on this season. No, you weren't invited. You weren't invited to be on this season because of your support of Danny Masterson and sending those letters into the judge saying that he's really not a bad person and stuff, that you should be lenient on him with the sentencing. And that information is now public. So there's no way that they could have done that show without it being them being talked about with that. So you see Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis is gonna be like, oh, not her people that were supporting Danny and da-da-da-da. So they're like, yeah, all y'all gotta go. All y'all gotta go. So the show got shaken up, even though Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher have a son that is on the show. So, and they're the parents. So that pretty much the only time y'all saw them is when y'all just did on the first season. You will not see them again. They're not coming back. So yeah, same thing with Danny. I agree. Shout out to Leah T. She says, love listening to you, Sean. You're hilarious, but also emotionally intelligent and able to explain stories in a way that helps us think about all the different perspectives. I always hit that like. Thank you so much, Leah. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for your support. And please keep hitting that like. Please keep hitting that like button.
Me, and I don't believe in judgment either, but I don't want any girl out there thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
I don't think. Now y'all hear all that clapping in the audience? Ellen said, I would never encourage a girl that was with a guy that was putting his hands on her to go back to her. Diddy this is how you can tell he's just such a weird, like narcissistic monster, because it's literally what you're doing. You're saying that Chris is your friend, Brianna is your friend. You offered them your home to come together to get back together. So that is literally you doing that. You approving them getting back together, because why bring them in the same room at all? For what? If it's not for reconciliation. What is it for? They were invited to your home to reconcile. Like, out of all people that should be helping somebody in a damaged relationship fix it, you. Like, please. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like.
And I don't mean to put you in this.
No, but you all put me in it. So I'm gonna speak on it. I don't think that it's right for anybody to hit anybody at the end of the day, you know, and I don't think it's right. You know, I think that we all have to be honest with ourselves as adults. And people have been in relationships, you know, we know sometimes those relationships get ugly, you know, and sometimes it doesn't come out into
you know, sometimes these relationships get ugly. Let's show y'all how ugly they get. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick because we're gonna listen to this again with him and Ella. Hold on, girl. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. He said he know that relationships get ugly, girl. Look. Y'all know what that is? Y'all know what that is? Hold on, let me move myself from the screen. Y'all know what that is? Y'all see his wrist? See, what that is on Diddy's wrist is after he punched Kim Porter and broke her nose, she had a corkscrew or something like that, and she cut his wrist with it because he hit her. His bodyguard, Gene Deal, at the time had to rush Diddy to the hospital with Kim Porter, she went along with, so that he could be treated after she did that to him. That's there for the rest of his life. He will look down at his wrist as a constant reminder of who to F with and who not to F with. Yes, Kim Porter did that to his wrist, 100%. And Gene Deal explained it in strict detail. I believe every word Gene Deal said. That's why he has that permanent scar on his wrist. So when he say he know that relationships get sticky, I don't know how that's sticky, but I mean, you putting your hands on somebody is you putting your hands on somebody. That's not a sticky situation. That's you being abusive. So, yeah, crazy. So, yeah, he definitely knows, again, about reconciliation, reconciling after putting your hands on a woman.
I would like you to clear something up. There's a lot of talk going on with Chris Brown being at your place in Miami, and you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Now, you want to talk about that?
See, I wouldn't use my Twitter to talk about.
See, Ellen said you using your place to get Chris Brown and Rihanna back together. He didn't say, no, that's not what happened. I didn't offer them my place so they could get back together or anything. I didn't. Why did he say that? Why did he say that? Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Because he did. He literally offered them his Miami Star mansion to get back together.
Talk about that because that's somebody else's business.
I know, but you gave them your house.
Yeah. But we're talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
How you use Twitter, and that's something else. I'm just saying I wouldn't really Twitter about that.
Okay, let's not Twitter about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Let's talk about it because.
Correct. So when Ellen was saying she heard on Twitter, meaning that the viral pictures and stuff were going around from the paparazzi and all of that, TMZ, and other people or places about Chris Brown and Rihanna getting back together at Diddy's house. Both of them being on a jet ski, him riding her around on the jet ski, then him riding around with his friends on jet skis and stuff at Diddy's home right after this situation occurred. So it wasn't Diddy talking about it on Twitter. People on Twitter were talking about the viral photographs of Chris Brown on Diddy's property jet skiing.
I think you clearly have a lot of people going, why would you do that? Why would you give Chris, a guy who hit a girl and he's jet skiing around in your, I don't understand. Because, I mean, listen, I was a huge fan of Chris's. I love Chris, his music. He's a talented guy. But to hit a girl.
Yeah, because I know both of them and it's my house. And I'm allowed to give my house to whoever I want to give my house to. That's number one. Number two is.
No one said that you couldn't. Like that's the whole defensive nature of his narcissism coming through. It's like the audacity. He's always right. I am God. How dare you come against any decision that I make? Every decision that I make is the right one. I am Diddy. What are you talking about? I can give my house to who I want to give it to. Why are you getting defensive? You know what you did was wrong. You know that. And you're being called out for it and not even in a defensive manner. There's nothing Ellen is saying right now to piss you off. It's a simple question. How do you get mad at somebody because they said, hey, I heard you offered your house to two people that just went through domestic violence? Where is the get upset? Where is the I'm annoyed? What are you annoyed about? I see like Chris Brown being annoyed when people bring up the whole Rihanna situation. I get it. But I don't. You knew you were wrong and you don't like to feel wrong. So you're trying to excuse yourself by, I didn't have nothing to do with it. So why weren't you offering them your house before the altercation? Why weren't they over there jet skiing before that? Hurry up. Hurry up. Why weren't they jet skiing before? Ooh, girl. Ooh, girl. Diddy was just doing what the elite told him to do. But see, that didn't mind him being the fall guy. The elite wanted Rihanna and Chris Brown to get back together because they were Hollywood's big it couple. They were huge. And the problem is when Chris Brown stopped at that gas station. If Chris Brown would have never stopped at that gas station, no one would have known what happened to Rihanna. No one would have known. Nobody, buddy. Chris Brown getting caught up at that gas station with Rihanna in the front seat, intoxicated and battered. Because Chris was in a Lamborghini. He was pumping gas. And Rihanna was in the car trying to cover her face, like as much as she could. She had every intention on going back to where Chris Brown was. That's what got them separated, was the pictures getting out with the paparazzi. Because Rihanna's face, her bruises, were being shown in them. And you can visibly see that she was bleeding, all of that. So if you also pay attention in the video, Chris Brown was grabbing napkins. You know, when you're pumping gas, the window washer thing, and they have the napkins that you can pull out to dry it off. He was grabbing those for her. That's how they got caught. No one would have known. If he would have just went straight to like a hotel or something like that, nobody would have ever known that happened to Rihanna. We would have had no idea. Look at Cassie. Nobody truly had any idea what was happening with her. People, there were clues. She on red carpets with bruises on her arm, all of that stuff, but but we didn't know. They knew, but we didn't know, though. That's the crazy part.
That I'm the type of person that I don't cast a stone or cast a judgment on anybody. And so if a friend or friends ask me for a favor, then I'm gonna be there for a favor, as long as I know that the energy of the favor is positive for two people to sit down and talk about a situation that they're in. I'm not gonna get involved in it. I'm not gonna pass judgment on it. If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there.
It's crazy in this chat how y'all giving Chris Brown and Rihanna herpes. Like, that's crazy.
As a friend,
right?
But I don't know the exact particulars. I didn't get into it. I'm not going to do this or do that. It's a dark time for them, and I was there more as a support. That was it.
I think you were coming from a place of a friendship and of kindness and support. And it's just it's hard for me, and I don't believe in judgment either. But I don't want any girl out there thinking it's okay to go back to a guy who hit her. I don't want any girl to think that.
I don't think. No, but you all put me in it, so I'm gonna speak on it. I don't think that it's right.
Ellen said, "I don't want to put you in it because it's not you." If she only knew, girl. If you only knew. Let's move on to the other enablers. Hold on. Let's pull up. What was next? Okay, we already talked about that. Okay, so there was a story going out, and it was stated that WALE was that, like in the movie The Five Heartbeats, that Diddy allegedly hung WALE over a balcony, right, on the 17th floor at Cassie's apartment. And then it comes out that it actually wasn't WALE. WALE did come forward and say, no, Diddy never hung me out of no window or nothing like that, or over no balcony, like y'all is crazy. Tiffany Red, which is Cassie's friend, comes forward and says, that day at Cassie's apartment, that was not a man that was held outside of the balcony. Somebody was held over that 17th floor balcony, but it wasn't a man, it was a woman.
Off of Cassie's balcony in 2016 after the hotel incident is a woman. It's a woman. So the person that was hung.
And shout out to her. I love Tiffany Red. I just think she's so pretty. Hold on. Let me pull up the article about this with Tiffany Red stating this. Right here. Cassie's close friend Tiffany Red claims person Diddy allegedly hung from a 17th floor balcony was a woman. He's not. Sorry. That's what she says. So Tiffany Red, a songwriter and longtime friend of Cassie, is speaking out again after Diddy's apology video for the 2016 hotel home. And she claims that the person who Cassie alleged got hung over a 17th floor was a woman. Okay. So Cassie said in the lawsuit that there was a person hung, she didn't specify male or female, hung over a 17th floor balcony of the apartment that she lived in at the time. Tiffany Red comes forward to specify that that was a woman too. So how are you saying that you're sorry about the stuff that you did to Cassie and whatnot when you did it to other people too? You know, like you hung a woman over a 17th floor balcony. I think that, I mean, was it Cassie? I mean, because it's like, who would that have been? Now I'm intrigued. Who do y'all think, if it was a female hung over a 17th floor balcony, that Diddy would feel a need to do that to? It's like, who? Like, was it Cassie? But then I'm confused to say, like, maybe it wasn't Cassie because Cassie stated, but she wasn't like really specific. It was kind of vague. So I wonder, it's like, was it her? Like, did he hang Cassie over the balcony? Or was it like Cassie's like assistant? I don't know. I have no idea. See, I wouldn't say it was Lauren London because even Lil Wayne to this day don't play about her. So, you know, that's his son, mother, you know. Them all them people that was connected to Nipsey Hussle, them Crips or Bloods or whoever they is, they would not allow that. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This was after the hotel incident. Correct. It was after. So yeah, and Lil Wayne, you know, that's his baby mama. So a guy works Nipsey Hussle soul, but you know, Lil Wayne ain't gonna play about Lauren. That's his son mother. Oh no, he ain't gonna. No, Lil Wayne don't play about Nivea. Lil Wayne don't play about none of his baby mamas. And notice, don't none of Lil Wayne baby mamas complain about him. All of them still got mad love for Lil Weezy. They love Lil Wayne. They churn Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is a good daddy. You don't hear a bad thing about Lil Wayne. Even him going to jail and stuff, the mother still, you know, they never said a negative word. Nivea only says the nicest things about Lil Wayne. Lauren has said the nicest things about him. You know, fathering and parenting and stuff, you know. So it sounds like they all have decent relationships. So it don't sound like he play about none of his baby mamas. So yeah, no. I don't play about my baby mama neither. They come from my baby mama right now, it's gonna be a problem. Like it will be an issue. Like that's my kid's mother. Like I'm not playing about her. Like, you know, it just is what it is. You know, so yeah, I don't see Lauren. I think it was somebody that was close to Cassie in a work-related type of way. I don't maybe like an assistant, you know, or Cassie herself. I mean, look what he did to her in that hallway. Maybe it was her. I don't know. Crazy though, right? Yeah, Tiffany Red said that it was a female, a model, maybe. But if it was in Cassie's apartment, it would have had to have something to do with Cassie. Because it was at her apartment. So that means whoever was in her apartment 9 times out of 10, they're there for her. Or was it Tiffany Red? Was it Tiffany? Kim Porter? Kim Porter was alive in 2016. Yeah. I mean, Kim Porter didn't pass until 2018. And her ex-friend or friend came forward and said that Diddy always tried to use Cassie against Kim. and would treat Kim badly and put Cassie on like a pedestal, even referring to the fact that he tried to get Kim to lick Cassie's unmentionables. Weird. I wonder. Isn't Cassie's document, but she didn't say the name. She didn't say a name or gender. I read that part. I wouldn't look. I won't look this morning when she said it, because I'm like, who was it? You know, like, is there a clue? There's not really even a clue. That's what I said. Cassie was very vague. Very vague. She didn't say whether male or female, whether it was a staff member. It could have been a hotel, like, was it a hotel staff member? I mean, somebody that worked in the building. That's a nice building. I mean, who knows? It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. But she did say that a person. That's when when Cassie's lawsuit first came out, people thought it was WALE. Everyone's saying it was WALE, the rapper, WALE. And WALE came forward and said, no, that was not me. I was not. WALE didn't say that it didn't happen. He just said that it wasn't him. It's like, it wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. That wasn't me. Yeah. So I definitely feel like it happened. It's real. I believe Tiffany Red. I think it's real. I just wonder who. It was Cassie's apartment, so I'm assuming. But I mean, you think about Diddy. Was it Cassie apartment? Because he just forced her into places, and something, slapped her name on it, and stuff like that. So was it one of her people? Maybe it was one of his people. Maybe it's somebody that tried to intervene. Because they would just allow what was happening to her to happen to her. Hold on, let's pull this up. Let's get into. Hold on. Girl, not Chloe Bailey. My computer is being really stupid right now. Sorry. Lord, now, not again. So they would clearly sit around and watch. So Cassie's friend and former makeup artist recalls Cassie emerging from a room with Diddy at the Beverly Hills Hotel with a knot and bad bruises. Says she had to call a doctor to treat her at home, where she kept her for days. So again, it's really hard for me to side with the enablers, because it's enabling to me to take a woman that is being hurt and harmed to your home, and instead of going to get her proper medical service and get her to authoritative figures that could help her because to me, this was this woman protecting Diddy. You're not protecting Cassie. If these things are happening to her, that means that she's going back to him. So where's the protection? How do you feel like it's protection bringing her to your house? It sounds like you're on Diddy's camp to bring her to your home and keep her in your home for days until she heals, basically. And you're also her makeup artist, so you're covering up all of the damage that was done to her as well. It's like you're doing more enabling than. Because to me, that is. You're protecting Diddy at that point. How's that protecting her? You're sending her right back to. It's just going to happen all over again. So it's like, where's the protection? You keeping her until her injuries go away and doctoring up the injuries by bringing a lawyer into your home. A doctor into your home to nurse her back to health, and all of that stuff, just to send her, dollar up and send her right back over there. How are you actually protecting her? I don't know. But I mean, she is a woman, and her stating that she was afraid of Diddy. Why wouldn't she be? Why wouldn't she be scared?
Cassie's is coming forward to say that she feared for Cassie's safety and her own.
We were always scared of Puff. Like, he's a powerful person, and we don't know what would happen to us if we spoke out.
Myla Morales, a makeup artist who worked with both Diddy and Cassie, spoke with our special correspondent, Page 6's Carlos Greer.
And now y'all see Soo Young sitting in this picture with Kim Porter. Kim Porter and Diddy. So not only did she not know that it was happening to Cassie, she knew it was happening to Kim too. Like, girl, please. Because she was also the makeup artist for Kim. So, girl, don't do that. Don't do that. You are hired to cover up the injuries. You are a makeup artist that knows how to cover bruises, broken noses. Girl, like, okay.
Did you know about the physical abuse? Did you ever hear stories or see beating her?
I did not know.
She says she didn't know, although she's about to name a situation to where she heard it happen. She didn't physically see it with her eyes, but she was in the room while Diddy was terrorizing Cassie. Like, Cassie basically in the room screaming for her life. You know, he's in there hurting her, all of that stuff. And she takes her to her home after that. So you absolutely knew. What do you mean you didn't know? Like,
I did not know, but I witnessed it.
Mila,
I didn't know, but I witnessed it. NDAs do not protect against crimes. If she had an NDA, she wouldn't be speaking at all. No, they don't protect crimes. They don't. That's illegal. NDAs do not protect crime.
recounted an incident at the Beverly Hills Hotel one Grammy weekend more than a decade ago.
What did you hear? What did you think you were witnessing?
I don't even want to like go back to it because it's like it's triggering. All I witnessed was him walking into the room and saying, "Where the f- is she?" And I didn't know what was going on because I was like, I just woke up from a slumber, and next thing you know, all I hear from the bedroom was, you know, just I don't want to like go back and think about.
So you're at the Beverly.
So you knew that this was happening to her. When he came in there looking for her, it was because she was not at a freak off. See, that's what people don't realize about this whole Cassie Diddy situation. That's really the only time people put his hands on her. If she was not negating it, he would leave her be. See, he didn't just put his hands on her just to put his hands on her. No. Only when she was defiant. That's it. When it's time for you to do what I have you around me to do, you're going to do it. See, the gratification that he would get from it was putting her through hell. He likes it. He liked the fact that she didn't want to do it. He's R-worded many people. That's how you know he hates women. Because he doesn't want anything consensual. He needs something going on in order for him to get aroused by a woman, because he's not aroused by them just there. So them being unconscious and things like that, it's easier for him to do, because I feel like a person like him, I think he gets soft when he's sleeping with women. I think that some type of male aspect has to be going on or he is not aroused. So I think with, you know, ugging them and stuff like that, them being unconscious, them not truly remembering what was going on, it feeds his ego. Because if you can perform, then just perform. Why do you have to have them ugged and all of that, like basically like unconscious for what? He would do the same thing to Cassie. So it doesn't give, this is what he, no, he literally needs these Uggs and stuff to get active enough to get aroused, to even be able to penetrate any of these women, because he does not want them. He hates women. He's jealous of them. He wants to be one. So it's a hatred. You know, it's like being in a school with a girl, like if you're a woman and you're in a school with a girl and she's just so pretty, everybody likes her, she's popular, she has all the nice clothes, you know, her first year driving, she got a really nice car, all that stuff. You're going to be, and you're like low income poverty, you know, line type of situation. It's, even if you don't want to be jealous, like you're going to be. So when Diddy looks at people like her, Cassie, she makes him feel like that. Because all of the men that he wants to sleep with are not attracted to him, but they're attracted to her. So he knows the only way to vicariously live, to have this experience, it has to be vicariously. So he puts in a lot of work to get these men to even open up to, that's why he had to switch from the random people in the industry to having her hire prostitutes, male prostitutes, you know, and whatnot, because that fantasy, you know, it has to keep being fed. So he's feeding it by that, because he knows, again, these men are not attracted to him. McMill is attracted to a person like Cassie, but he's not going to be attracted to Diddy. So when these men are on top of whatever they're doing to her within that time, that's why he's directing it, because it's him. No, this is how you touch me. This is how you enter me. This is how you, literally like a, you know, puppet master, you know, like that's me. It's like playing with the Barbie doll, playing with toys and making toys do things. You know, so that's how he looks at it. He's not a voyeur. A voyeur is the type of person that gets off to actuality. So it's a voyeur is no different than somebody that watches porn. It's just they like to have it like in front of them. That's what a voyeur is. Diddy is not that, because voyeurs will participate, and if voyeurs don't participate during it going on, then they'll participate after. So you have a lot of voyeur men that will bring other men into their bedroom and sleep with their wives, and they have nothing to do with it. They just watch. And then after, they'll do stuff with their wife. Not with the man, just the wife, because they're a voyeur. That's a voyeur. What Diddy is, that's not a voyeur. That's not. It's like borderline cuckold. Cuckold is like borderline that. Because those get involved. Voyeurs don't get involved. They don't direct. They don't do none of that. They just watch. They just let it happen naturally. They don't plan it and this and that. No, just go ahead. Do your thing. Do what feels right. And they'll just watch. It's kind of like being a fly on the wall type of situation. So yeah, that's not Diddy. No, Diddy wants it done a certain way, a certain position, all of that. It's not him getting off at that point in time. How is he getting off if he's not even touching himself? But he's directing. And then he gets angry when Cassie does not want to do it because he only sees himself through her. The connection that they built. Just like with him and Kim Porter, he did the same thing to her. She was wanted. See, people think that I'll Be Sure's and Diddy's, because I'm going to leave out with this before I get out of here, but we'll be back. People think the beef between I'll Be Sure and Diddy started because of Kim Porter. Diddy wanted I'll Be Sure. Since I'll Be Sure wanted nothing to do with Diddy, he took Kim. He wanted I'll Be Sure. He didn't want Kim. No, think about it. I put up multiple videos of Diddy calling Quincy beautiful. Who does Quincy look just like? Do he look like Kim or do he look like his? Yeah. He didn't want Kim. He did that to antagonize I'll Be Sure. He did that to try to control I'll Be Sure. I'll Be said no. He would not let him control him. So then Diddy blackballed him. Diddy was one of the hottest producers at that point in time. So it was easy for him to shun Al B. Sure from the industry, and he did just that. He took everything from Al B. Sure. He did, even his son. Dirty work. So yeah, I believe that he was pursuing Al B. Sure. And to get to Al B. Sure, he knew he only do it through the woman. Kim. Use her to get to him. And it didn't work because Albie stood, as he hates Diddy, despises him. And Albie Short is a heterosexual. He's not gay. So like you're not gonna force me to be gay. Like you're not gonna, like, I don't want to be with you. Like I don't want to be near you. I don't want to be around you. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to party with you. I don't want none of that. So Diddy forcefully took her out of that situation and treated her badly the entire time. Same thing with Cassie. Promised the girl a career, helped her get a #1 hit single, dangle the candy in front of her, just to remove her. All because he had a problem with her boyfriend at the time. Diddy didn't want Cassie because he thought she was beautiful. No. He was playing chess. That's all. So that's how I feel. I feel that I'll Be Sure is always the problem. I'll Be Sure, like 50, is the one that got away. That's where Diddy's hatred for 50 comes from. It's like he couldn't get him. He tried, just didn't work. So yeah. And 50 said no. Same thing with I'll Be Sure. Same thing.
Beverly Hills Hotel. You hear something. You don't see Puffy actually physically attacking her, but you hear something.
I did not know what was going on.
Yes, you did.
All I can think of was to get her out of there.
What happened when she appeared, when you saw?
So if nothing was going on, why did you feel like I just needed to get? See, what you're doing is you were complicit, sweetie. I get it, Sue Young. Look at here. You were complicit with a lot of stuff that was going on. And you know how to make you look, although you never supported it. But out of fear and keeping your money that you were getting paid, you kept quiet. Even so much you would turn yourself into a further asset by nursing her back to health, all of that stuff. Because why would Diddy let you take her for days? If Diddy came into the hotel room screaming, where the is she? Why would he just let you take her for days? Because you said, Cassie stayed at your house for days, and Diddy just allowed that? But you're so afraid of him. Sounds like you were working for Diddy, not Cassie, sweetie. And you don't want to get caught.
You saw her.
She was bruised. I mean, badly bruised, like knots on her head, a black eye. All I cared about was to get her to safety. And I took her into my house and kept her there for a few days. And I literally called my friend, who was a doctor at the time, to treat her because we couldn't bring her to the hospital. We didn't know what the hell to do.
Why didn't you know what to do? And why did Diddy let you keep her for days? Hurry up. Why did he let you keep her for days? It sounds like her location was always a problem. Again, he came into the hotel screaming, where the is she? So it don't seem like he liked to let her out of his sight too much, another girl.
At that point, who are we going to call? I'm scared.
The police?
Just even talking about this. But I feel like somebody has to.
What did you make of his apology?
My behavior on that video is inexcusable.
Just a PR stunt? Like, that's ridiculous. Like, he didn't even mention her name. And if he was apologetic about it, he would mention her name.
This is so crazy. Hold on, let me pull this up. Everybody keeps saying that. He would mention her name. He would mention her name. He would mention her name. Let me pull that up real quick. Because he literally cannot say her name. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Ooh, I can't say Cassie name. Ooh, not casserole. Ooh, Cassie, this is your casserole, girl. Okay, right here. Let's pull this up before we get out of here. We'll be back. Okay, right here. On Monday, who cares? Lord. Okay, on Monday, May 20th, TMZ reported that the reason Diddy omitted Cassie's name in an apology video he released last week is apparently due to a strict NDA that both Diddy and Cassie signed. The paperwork prevents either party from speaking on the other in public. Okay? Okay, so they cannot say each other's names. Okay, so people need to stop saying it. It's annoying. It's annoying because they cannot say each other's name. So if Diddy could have said Cassie's name in the apology video, he probably would have. But since the NDAs, and they are strict, they cannot say each other's names publicly. Okay. It's also, if you listen to Diddy, why he keeps like catching himself up when he does say his apology, which we can pull up one more time real quick. It's only a minute long. How authentic. He said, come on, man. He says, he like kind of trips over his words as he's talking about the video, because I feel like he almost said her name. And yeah.
Difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you got to do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now.
I don't know about disgusted then. You were definitely angry. You were definitely angry. Yes.
Then I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. Had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness.
That's truly where he effed up at. He should have never said, I'm not asking for forgiveness. So if you're not asking for forgiveness, then that means you're okay with what you did. Right? If I cuss you out and I say, I'm not asking for forgiveness. If I pounce on you and I say, I'm not asking for forgiveness, then what is this? Why are you live? Why record the video? That's how narcissistic he is. Narcissists never take accountability. They'll make you, they'll alert you that they know what's going on. So it's basically, this video is letting us know that I've seen the video. There's nothing apologetic about it. This is one of the worst things he could have did. Whoever's on his team and told him to do this, fire them. Fire them. No, it should have been a written out statement. His team told him, if you go on camera, it'll make you seem more authentic. No, it doesn't. He's a monster. You can't force a sociopath. You know, the most successful people on earth are sociopaths. Because when it comes to most like business and stuff like that, most people have like a conscience, right? And morals, values, loyalty to people. It can prevent you from moving up in the world. You know, some people that start businesses off together and then one does more than the other. Somebody pays attention to that and wants to offer them something to where their business can become even bigger, but they want to do it individually. Some people won't. You know, if you're not a sociopath, if you have a heart, you know, and whatnot, and feel like you are a part of the human experience, then most people probably be like, well, you know, I really want to bring this person with me, or, you know, we started this company together, you know, or try to have some type of gateway for them to come to, so you can open the gate up for them as well. A sociopath does not care. They don't care. You come to them and be like, I got this bigger opportunity, they're just going to take it. They don't care who's being left behind, nothing like that. All they'll do is just give them false promises so that they can move on. That's what Diddy did countless times. Look at all of the bad boy artists and people like that were effed over. As soon as Diddy got a bigger offer, like from Universal Music Group and stuff like that, he took it and just left those artists, to the wayside. Destroyed their careers, got their catalogs and stuff wrapped up in all of these, legalities and stuff, so they can't even like tour or make more money off of the music that they've already started. And it takes a sociopath to be like, y'all. Literally, it takes a sociopath to tell a group of people to walk in the middle of the night for a piece of cheesecake to a store they know closed. Yeah, it takes an evil person. And I do believe sociopaths are evil because they have no conscience. They're not a part of the human experience. They're different. They're like robots. They're not like human, like we are. Yeah. They're not. Diddy will give up his own child. And I bull issue not. If somebody came to him right now and be like, look, give us all of your kids and all of this goes away. He'd be like, these two over here and then the other ones he'll tell them the location and think nothing of it. He slapped his own mom. You'll think he won't slap the person that gave birth to him, but he gonna protect the ones that he did? No. Watch, to truly know how Diddy thinks, go watch Animals. In y'all spare time, go to like the Discovery Channel, the History Channel, something like that, Animal Planet, and watch like a little documentary on like lions or, really any animal, because they're all the same, even birds and all of that. They will literally eat their own young if they get hungry enough. They don't wait for their kids to leave the nest. They push them out. They push them out. Absolutely. Yes. A lion will have a child. And once they teach them how to hunt, run, all that stuff, you got to go. And it's so bad that if you come back, they will take your life. They will. In a pride, there can only be one male. That's it. One dominant figure. Anybody else is underneath. The king either eats first or gets the brunt of the meal. So at the end of the day, that's what he's going to do. If he has to sacrifice or isolate or exile any of those kids or anything like that, he will. He's a monster. Because you'll look at these shows and be like if you watch how animals like work, you'll be like, wow, like how evil. The most sought after things in the animal world are the young. They're slower. They don't, they don't have the instincts, and all of that. So cubs and, the puppies, the newborns, when not there, and the adult like things that hunt them, they have no conscience. They could care less. 100%. A lion cub will be eaten right in front of them, and the lion will just walk away. I'd be like, oh well, one less mouth to feed. He was leaving anyway. It's how they look. Yeah. No, nothing. That's Diddy. All animals are sociopaths. All they care about is eating. That's what they're allowed to do. They wake up to eat so they can go to sleep and wake up to eat again. And if they wake up and there ain't nothing around them to eat, and they kids and love, what you think they're gonna do? So if you don't think he had anything to do with Kim Porter's passing, okay. And you can think that if you want to. So, and I'm my girl. So I love you guys. I will be back. Thank you all for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing and sending a super sticker shout out to Hollywood SC. Says Shine Your Report. Thank you so much for the super sticker, sweetheart. I love you. Oh my God, I love you guys. We will be back later. I hope you guys enjoy this. It's just the beginning. We're gonna be breaking some other stuff down. That's a lot of information, so I'll be trying to separate it. And I'm a girl, me, I'll just keep going and going and going and going and going and going. So I'm gonna separate this live. We're at a 2-hour mark, over the 2-hour mark. So maybe we'll come back this evening. When I have some coffees that I'm getting ready to drop some uploads over there. So maybe we'll just come back on YouTube this evening. And I'm like, oh, I love you guys. So, because there's a bunch of stuff, Cameron and so much other stuff that we haven't even tapped on yet. So we might just have to come back later. But again, I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Make sure you have, if you haven't already. Let me tap in, make sure. Okay. So yeah, so I love you guys. So I will see y'all later on this evening until the next show.